Hey everybody, and welcome into This Week in Central Alabama. Brett Pritchard and Randy Lee here with you. And Randy, it's been an interesting week here in Central Alabama, but obviously, we'll start right here in this central part, and we'll start with a story that's national, though, with coronavirus and the spike that we've seen throughout the country, but it has definitely impacted the state of Alabama here, and we've seen a spike in several of our areas, and really a lot of it is attributed probably to Halloween.
Well, we like to start with community here on This Week in Central Alabama Voice, and the reason that we like to start with community because there's a lot of positive stories around that, Brett, but you can't get past the coronavirus. You can't really get into the holiday open house season and things that go on in each of our communities out there without dealing with this coronavirus issue, and there are still businesses starting. And we'll try to start highlighting those during this segment each week as we look around our region and decide which ones of those businesses that through the Chambers of Commerce here in each of our communities to spotlight, and there's a lot of that. But, Brett, cases seem to be going up. Death rates hopefully will stay even keel, and we won't see any rise in that, but it's a scary time.
It's very scary. We've been dealing with this pandemic since March. We've seen the highs and the lows, and we knew that this time of year would be a time to watch because you're going into flu season and you're going in to the winter months, and you see a spike in a lot of these different viruses and different things that are here yearly, that we have to deal with. But you add COVID in there now, you can expect that this thing's not going to go away anytime soon, even with a vaccine on the horizon.
Yeah, 220,000 cases in the state of Alabama so far, 3,301 deaths. Just yesterday, we had 1,616 cases here confirmed in the state. Now, if you kind of look at how many cases were tested yesterday, you had 112,171 tested. So you're seeing a lot of testing going on all throughout the country. And a lot of those cases tested here in the state of Alabama, not compared to nationally, Brett, but I do have a sense that we're trying to get a grip of this thing, and I guess the best way that we can do that is hope and pray that the two vaccines that we have a potential on, one of those steps to the forefront, we start getting something corrected there.
Yeah, Moderna and Pfizer both developing a vaccine, and this dated all the way back to March when President Trump really kind of did a government-private partnership with these two companies and several other companies to try to speed up, I think it's called Operation Warp Speed, to try to get this vaccine done in a faster time frame than normal vaccines are developed. That's one thing that has some people, a little apprehensive about, taking a vaccine, even if it's available, because, there are some setbacks with those things, and they can be very deadly sometimes if it's not tested, and people have reactions to them and all that. But Moderna seems to have the one that doesn't have to be, stored at negative 70 degrees below zero like the Pfizer vaccine. Moderna's vaccine can be stored at normal, a normal freezer like at the house. So it's one of those things that. You look at the accessibility. They're saying that 20 million people could be available to 20 million people pretty quickly, and it's got a 94.5% effective rate going. So that's huge.
Yeah, it was 90% effective rate for the Pfizer vaccine that we heard about last week. 94.5 for this Moderna vaccine, and here in the state of Alabama, Brett, this is a big key. For us to talk about here on the Central Alabama Voice is we could be seeing this out in the market here in the state of Alabama by mid-December.
Well, again, that's way ahead of schedule, and a lot of people have got to determine for themselves what the risk versus reward is. And if this thing is, at the rate that they're saying it's at, and it's been tested, and the due diligence has been done, and you're in the high-risk category, you're definitely going to be encouraged to take this vaccine. And I think that you would want to take this vaccine if you are listed in one of those categories. If you have underlying conditions, or if you're a little bit older, part of the older population, you're going to be a lot more susceptible if you get this virus So you would definitely want to take this, I think.
The Alabama Department of Public Health said Monday it had already identified several locations statewide that are pre-positioned to provide immunizations here in Alabama, and when and if the vaccine ships, it will go to these locations per the department's announcement. So they will have set locations here in the state, and there will be a trail leading to those locations as quick as many of us can get there, Brett, and let's hope this is sooner than later.
Yeah, mine, again, to kind of go back, the Pfizer vaccine, it says, I thought it was at minus 70. It's at minus 94 and minus 4 for the Pfizer one. So the Pfizer one, a little bit more maintainable. The Moderna is a little bit more maintainable, but just the fact that you've got two opportunities out there is huge.
You and I are two entrepreneurs sitting up here in front of you on this camera, and I love a little entrepreneurial spirit. And for those of you that are willing to jump out on a ledge and jump into the entrepreneurial game during this time, tells how confident you are in yourselves and the businesses that you're starting out there. Brett, want to run down a few of the ribbon cuttings we've had here in the state of Alabama, especially here in the Central Alabama region over the last week. Some of those here in Alexander City, and I'll highlight those here to begin with in the Lake Martin region. And we've got two restaurants that have had ribbon cuttings. Castelluccio's, which is an Italian restaurant in the old Coffee Corner building in Main Street, Alexander City. That's one that we're all looking forward to. And Fire Truck Barbecue, our good friend Kenneth Ledbetter, has got that up and rolling. And he's right across the street from where he's been for a long time, but it's been great food, and he's been highly successful over in the Auburn market, too, and expect the same here.
Yeah, I visited him yesterday. Doing a really good job. The building is phenomenal. Put a lot of time and work into that. It's a phenomenal restaurant. Great food. Go check it out. And, again, some fine Italian dining in downtown Alexander City. No competition on that side of the market for that restaurant. So, and it's been a need. A lot of people love Italian food. It'll be a great addition to downtown.
In Shelby County, Workout Anytime in Calera has opened up. Walnut Block Specialty Food Mark in Pelham. Butcher Paper Barbecue in Opelika. So a couple of different barbecue joints that have opened up here in Central Alabama. Build a Bride over in Auburn. Montgomery, Rock and Roll Sushi and Wine and Design. Rock and Roll Sushi.
Yeah.
Great restaurant, and this isn't their first location. They're getting one in Montgomery now. And again, if you've got a new business that you're starting up, if you've got an organization that you're heading up, maybe a 501c3 out there, and you'd like for us to spotlight you, reach out to us here on Central Alabama Voice. Find us on all of our social media outlets, and Brett and I would love to do that.
Yeah, we'll go to a break. When we come back, we'll have more with This Week in Central Alabama right after this.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lngadagency.com.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SNS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
I'm from Wetumpka. I've lived in Wetumpka almost my whole life. I've been here since the 2nd grade. I lived downtown for several years. I bought a house, and then when my husband and I got married, we wanted to remodel his house out in Wallsboro. And I got real sad about leaving downtown. So when this space became available, at first we looked at it and thought, I want to get something in here. I want to be downtown. I want to start a business downtown. So this just sort of developed over time, looking to see what we thought we would want in town. And that's how we started this. At Nick of Time, we sell oil and vinegar, different blends and flavors of extra virgin olive oil, fused and infused, and we sell balsamic vinegar, white and dark vinegar. We have a lot of specialty salt and spice, and custom blended tea, loose tea. When we first started this, it was right when everybody got locked down, and everyone was at home, and everybody was cooking. And we got tired of all of the same thing, and I thought, well, if everybody's going to be home, maybe people are going to start focusing more on cooking at home and wanting to do more extensive things than just meat and potatoes. And so I'm excited about it because whenever I go out of town, I find an oil and vinegar store because they're in a lot of tourist towns. And I always bring a bottle home, and then when I get back here and it's gone, there's no place else to go get it because you don't really have these options at the grocery store. Well, it's funny. I remember being 5 and 6 and riding my bicycle around down here because I lived downtown, and it was a ghost town. And all of these buildings had nothing in it. Well, of course, we had Little Sam's, and there's a lot of thrift stores, but you didn't really see a lot of people walking around. And now all of this, there's so much interest downtown, and all these businesses are starting, and the buildings are all redone, and it's everybody seems to be excited about it. I come here just on Sunday just to work in here and get things ready, and I'm amazed at the amount of foot traffic of people just walking around, and a lot of them aren't even shopping. They just want to come down and walk around. Because I've been here so long, I've always thought it was interesting. I've always liked being downtown. It is odd to me that all of a sudden there's this outside interest. I think a lot of it is that we have really promoted the events that make us special here downtown. Christmas on the Coosa. People come from all over for our Christmas on the Coosa. And when we did Downtown Dickens last year, it was such a unique event. I think that when people came down, they were like, this is a great little area, and they want to come back. And all the stores being open and everyone dressing up and getting so into it, I think it's just brought a whole lot of interest from other areas. Well, I think that this area, especially Company Street, with us in George's Market down the street and the little bakery that's going in, the coffee shop across the street, and Coosa Cleaver being right there, I kind of think that this street is going to be a little area for foodies to get things that they can't just go to the grocery store to get. And I'm hoping that, Friday, Saturday night, there will be a lot of folks walking around and going to eat and coming to shop here. And I just think that this is going to be a really good environment right here, especially this little area.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker, Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
Welcome back, everyone, to This Week in Central Alabama. Brett Pritchard and Randy Lee here with you. And again, headlining to this week was COVID-19. Obviously, you could have probably headlined everything for the past 6 or 7 months with COVID, but we have seen a spike, talked about that. But we do want to slide into some business here on Central Alabama Voice and talk about some of the opportunities that COVID has presented through things that we've learned by being at home and how important it is to have high-speed internet and the opportunities that presents.
Well, so many of our kids, including mine, are now quarantined at the house. They're no longer in school for the next couple of weeks, and I'm sure that that's happening throughout Central Alabama and the state of Alabama in general. And high-speed broadband has been discussed for a long time here in this state, and it does feel like it's starting to get traction. You know, I'm in an industrial park in Dable that we've been in for this is our 15th year in that park, and it's been an issue in there since I started. And finding great internet speed in some of the rural parts of Alabama is not the easiest thing. And I think the more that we see kids having to go home and the more that many of us are working from home, Brett, this is just going to become more and more important.
Yeah, the need to have high-speed internet at your house has never been more important and more essential. You look at things that you call essential needs to your house, and high-speed internet is really kind of falling into that category, especially with education. With kids being at home, like you said, if you're going to college, that opportunity to be able to take classes from your house will only get larger, in my opinion. And working at a community college and understanding the challenges for students, and a lot of us out there and a lot of people in general feel like everybody's just got high-speed internet at their house. It's just the norm. Well, it's really not. It's really the exception to the rule. There's still a lot of places in Alabama and around this country people don't have the access, and it's not their fault. They live out in an area where the technology just hasn't made it to their area yet. And I know that's hard to believe in the year 2020, but it just hasn't. So there are other options out there. You know, us at Central Alabama Community College and other colleges offer free Wi-Fi. It's for people that don't have an opportunity to do some things at home. Now, you would much rather be at home in the comfort of your house and you know, in your room and have your resources there, but you do have free Wi-Fi, and you don't have to go in a building to do it. You can pull up outside the buildings, and you can tap into the free Wi-Fi, and you have full access to the internet that way.
Governor Kay Ivey has awarded $18.5 million from the Alabama Broadband Accessibility Fund, which was created by the Alabama legislature to extend high-speed internet access to unserved and undeserved areas. But, you know, there's only so much broadband here in the state of Alabama.
Yeah.
Currently, Alabama ranked 38th nationally when it comes to broadband access, so clearly there's a lot more to be done. Many of you may be saying what I'm saying. 38 sounds pretty good in Alabama. Unfortunately, we're 45 to 50 when it comes to a lot of different surveys that you see out there. But we would like to get better, and that's part of what our program's doing, and part of what a lot of you know, positive programs out there in the state of Alabama are trying to tout. So at least there's some effort and some traction that's becoming part of what we're talking about.
And since we're talking about business, you know, all of that ties into whether a business is want to look and relocate in this state. And so especially in the central part of Alabama, 21% of Alabamians only have access to all fiber home services right now, and that's way below several of our neighboring states like Mississippi and Florida and Georgia and Tennessee, who all have a higher rate of residential access than we do. So obviously Governor Kay Ivey wants to continue to stress that this is important and continue to work to get that number up.
Brett, and let's close out talking about business and stay right here with this. I just wanted you to take this opportunity to talk about what the community college system's doing with tech schools here in this state, and give everyone a little bit of feedback on what goes on, say, with the welding and nursing programs and so many other things that, you know, you work at Central Alabama Community College, but there's a lot of community colleges here in this state that work hand in hand with economic development, and that's so key as we move forward, that we give our kids a different opportunity other than just going after that 4-year degree.
Well, you know, the thing is there's a shortage in a lot of jobs around the country, not just in the state of Alabama, but in the country. And the community college has been looked at, the community college system has been looked at as the economic development arm for the state of Alabama. It's a training hub. I mean, it's built in. You've got schools throughout the state spread out all over the place, and a lot of great technical programs, industrial automation, robotics, machining, welding, electrical, industrial electronics. I can just name off a bunch more, and all of these play into what businesses are looking for. And if you can train and you can get certified in the community college system, you're hireable immediately. You know, and you think about it from a company standpoint where they hire somebody that doesn't have training, they've got to spend money now to get that person trained and get them up to speed. That's not the case when you hire somebody that goes through one of these programs at a community college. And let me also express how important the state legislature thought of community colleges and business and industry kind of being as one. They've been offering a dual enrollment technical scholarship to students in high school for about 5 years now. And that means if you are in a dual program and you're in a technical program, there's a scholarship out there to pay for your education while you're in high school. So you got a lot of kids that are going into welding, industrial automation, machine shop, whatever the specified career path is, and they're getting their education paid for while they're in high school. So by the time they get out of high school, depending on when they start, whether it be 10th or 11th grade, by the time they graduate, a lot of them have a year or close to 2 years of education under their belt, college credits. They're ready to go to work as an 18 or 19-year-old person. So speeds up the process, high-paying jobs. A lot of these jobs start off anywhere from $50,000 to $70,000 a year. That's starting pay, depending on what industry you go into and where you locate. But plenty of jobs right here in the central part of Alabama.
And best thing to do, reach out to your local community college, let them know, and let them know that you're interested in going into one of those technical fields. I want to take that opportunity before we headed to break.
Well, and I do want to say one other thing, too. There is an opportunity right now on the table for spring 2020-21 only. It's called the Community Scholarship, and every community college in the state has an opportunity to take part in this. But at Central Alabama Community College, if you're a first-time dual academic student, you can buy a class and get one paid for, up to 18 hours. So that would be 9 hours paid for by the community college and 9 hours you would pay for out of pocket. Now, most dual students aren't going to take that many classes, but you do still have 3 hour to 3 hour, 4 hour to 4 hour, based on which kind of class you take, paid for. So buy one, get one type deal that are going on. And for students that did have an issue with COVID, that had to stop out back in the fall of 19 or back in 20, the first part of 2020 for spring and summer, if you had to stop because of COVID, that program is also available to you as well. So I did want to throw that out there. Up against another break. More of this Inside This Week in Central Alabama right after this.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker, Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
We have rich history here at the cave, and we're honored to be a part of it, doing our part in history right now, but we get to tell the stories as far back dating 2,000 years ago. We have Native American history rich in that. We have earliest inscription in our cave is 1723. We also have moonshine history as well, dating back to the 1920s. But yeah, we really want to tell the stories well. We're telling them in the cave on our cave tour. but we really want to bring them alive even more and be able to tell them throughout the park. We're just proud that we are the first documented or first recorded cave in the United States. That dates all the way back to 1796, and it was actually kept on record from our first president, George Washington, so which is why we are documented as the first. But you know, every cave is different, and every cave has different history, and we do get to say that we're the first recorded cave in history, which is a huge deal. But we do treasure and honor all the caves out there, the cave systems. But we do have that title under our belt as the first cave in history. So we do have a lot more than just the cave. A lot of our guests, which we call them our wayfarers, people traveling from way far, they usually come, the first thing that they're coming for is the cave. There's a lot of surprise from our wayfarers too when they come and they find out that there's a lot more to do. Things have shifted because of COVID, but we definitely shifted in a good direction. We had to close down some attractions, but we still have some of our most popular, over a dozen attractions open. Things including mini golf. We have water balloon battle, which, as you can see on a day like today, it's definitely one of the main things to do. We have squirt gun maze. We have a regular size, I believe it's over a quarter of a mile maze, which is huge. That's one of our most popular. We have gemstone panning right behind me, cannon wars. So we have a lot of fun things, and we have 3 packages. And one of the packages that we do, it gives you unlimited to those attractions. So you can do them as many times as possible. Now, it's not just the attractions that we have, which again, we love the fact that we have a lot of the guests that are just driven, something's driving them or pulling them toward the cave, but they also, the surprise on their face of like, oh, you guys have attractions. But we also have things, I mentioned stories earlier. We have characters that are in our park, and we just keep implementing new characters to be able to tell the stories, the history on this land. We also have some craft artisans. One of the main ones we have right now is blacksmithing. So we have a few of our team members that have really just taken upon themselves to just learn and just continue to getting better and better at that and making more and more so we can really share that experience with the guests. Blacksmithing is such a timeless craft that we really, again, we want to honor it, and we want to just tell the story of that. It's really about education, entertainment, enlighten, and entertaining, because we want to entertain, but we want to add the educational factor as well. We also have what we call Streetmosphere, which Streetmosphere is performances by some of our team members and characters. Things such as juggling, magic, diabolo, which is like a big yo-yo. I guess that's the best way I can explain it. But really, a part of the Streetmosphere too, one of the main things that counts is the interactions with our guests. I think it's wonderful. I mean, and especially nowadays, we're remaining safe with all CDC regulations and everything. We're cleaning all of our stations. If we can't keep a 6-foot distance, we're working with the Alabama state mask mandate. So, if we're within 6 feet, we want to make sure to have those masks on. But anything, really, it's about the relationship that we have with our team that can also give that gift to our guests as well. We really want to invite people, which we like to say, welcome home. We want to first take care of our team members so they can really wholeheartedly take care of our guests. Our core values are excellence, teamwork, and care. And we really, really, truly, anyone, whether we have 1, whether we have 100, whether we have 1,000, whatever amount of guests here, we want to make sure that we reach their heart, and we take the time to do that. So we have the cave, which we love. We have the attractions, which we love. We have Streetmosphere, which we love. And really the main thing that we really want to reach, like I said, is our guests, and we want to reach their hearts. So all walks of nature, we want everyone to come so we can host and just really give them an incredible experience, like I said before, with education, entertainment, enlighten, and enrichment. So we'd love to host everyone.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization, wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat, full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma, all with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker, Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free.
Hey realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
On-Site Handyman serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
Back here on This Week in Central Alabama, we'll dive into some politics now, Randy, and obviously still coming off the presidential election, a transition from Donald Trump to Joe Biden, and then a lot of different things going on within state government as well with Senate and House races.
Well, one of the key things that's going on here in the state of Alabama is a tax exemption that they're trying to get through on that $1,200, and it could have been $2,400 received by a family.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of that, Brett, and I'll say here as a business owner, one of our 5 businesses, if it wasn't for the PPP money and the loans that we received from the government, we would have had to let everybody go home because, you know, our apparel business is so contingent upon what's going on in the school systems here in the state of Alabama and whether businesses are running at full speed and the money that's being spent on advertising purposes when it comes to that it just almost shut down completely. So it took that to keep our people on board, and hopefully we're about to see a little bit more. I don't care if it's the Donald Trump regime or the Joe Biden regime. Honestly, whoever's regime it is, I hope we get a little bit more help when it comes to that.
Well, and Congress hasn't been able to come to a conclusion on what that is. And I think at the end of the day, they got to do what's best for the American people and put their partisanship aside and come together and come up with another program. But those PPP loans saved 672,000 jobs right here in the state of Alabama. So how devastating, without that money, would COVID-19 really have been on the economy?
It would have been catastrophic, and hopefully we're about to come out on the other end.
It was already bad enough as it was.
Yeah. Brett, I wanted to hit one quick before we head off to our next break, and I wanted to talk about this tax increase there and the property tax increase in the city of Montgomery and how key it is for the public schools. It's worthy of a couple of weeks' worth of talk. We've been talking about this for a long time, that until the communities buy into helping the public schools, you're going to keep seeing what you're getting as far as education here in the state of Alabama. And tip your hat to the city of Montgomery for deciding and going to a vote and deciding to put their money, you know, where their mouth is and to get behind their kids in that community.
You know, I'll go back and kind of repeat what I said last week. At some point in time, the sacrifice you make, the small sacrifice you make from your personal pocket, will pay tenfold back to you overall and to your community. If your community dies or or withers up on the vine, then your property, your assets aren't worth as much. So it takes a little bit of sacrifice from each individual to do for the betterment of the whole, and that's what Montgomery did. They're not in the dark. They see what's going on around them and the communities around them, and they know that if they don't get on board, or if they didn't get on board and do some things to enhance their schools and enhance their community, then more people will continue to leave the city limits. And so it's a statement, I thought, that was made in Montgomery with the people down there voting for that tax.
And now the accountability moves on to the superintendent and the Board of Education and all of those that will be taking these funds in.
To do the right thing.
Do the right thing with those, because just throwing money at something doesn't cure it a lot of times.
What you do is you create doubt in the system moving forward if things aren't done the correct way. And people are already apprehensive anyway about a tax increase. And when you finally do get people to buy in that that's important and that you need that money to benefit society and increase the standard of living that in your community, and it gets abused or it gets misused and misappropriated, then you can forget it moving forward. I mean, people lose the confidence, and once you lose the confidence, it's over. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up on This Week in Central Alabama with a little bit of sports.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit S&S Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker, Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization, wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat, full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma, all with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com, 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit S&S Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
Circles of Old Palatka officially started about December of 2018. And we are part of a national program. So Circles USA is the national organization. And so the purpose of Circles is actually to reduce poverty in communities. But circles actually started long before 2018. There was a focus group formed by Envision Opelika Foundation, and one of the issues that they saw for Opelika was poverty, and so they wanted to address that. And so they did some research and did some visiting different organizations and things, and so they came across circles, and they thought circles would be really good for this community. And so that focus group did a wonderful job kind of vetting the community to make sure that they would receive it well, and they have so far. So we have been around since, like I said, December of 2018, and we're still going strong today. We've had to kind of rethink how we were doing things, but it is growing. There are some parts of it I thought I would have been much further ahead than I am in some aspects, but then there are some others we're right where we need to be, and I just realized things always happen the way they're supposed to happen. So when I look at it in totality, we are where we need to be. We started out with our very first class with 17 participants, and the participants are called circle leaders. And so those are people who have said, you know, I don't want to be in poverty. I don't want to just survive. I actually want to thrive. And so, you know, we vet the people that are going to be a part of the program, because it has to be, you know, a desire, a personal desire that you want to make the change. And so we started with 17. And we graduated 17. And so people are saying that is a true success. And I believe it to be, because we don't give any financial assistance through circles. Our goal is really just to empower you through resources, educating, being a support, and just, you know, making sure that you're aware of what resources are in the community to take advantage of them. And so for all 17 people who said from the beginning they wanted to be a part of it and to stick with it, and it is a commitment. It really is a time commitment, because we meet every week for at least 12 weeks. That's the first part of the program. After that, then you're paired with an ally, which is similar to a mentor, and that's an 18-month commitment. So it's well over a year's commitment to be a part of circles and to commit to doing something every week. Some time, you know, and so people have done that, and we're really excited. So the first group, 17, unfortunately not all 17 have, from that day to this one, are still active, but about 85% of our participants are still active. And then we have some others that still are connected to the program, but not as active as they were. So our percentage rate has been really great for especially the first class. We did a second class. We only had 10 in that class, which is good. You know, it's still a pretty good number. Attrition rate for that class has not been as good as the first one, but we realized where some of our downfalls programmatically were to avoid that from the from upcoming classes. But I mean, it's growing, and it's steady growing. In the past maybe month, I've gotten about 2 or 3 people just cold calls saying, I've heard something about circles. Can you share more information with me? And most people are committing. And I think that's really great, especially during this time, you know, because everybody is going through so much, you know, through the pandemic. And so, we've seen a great deal of success, and I'm really excited about it. So our ultimate goals are two really. Financial stability. So we want to make sure all of our participants are at least 200% of the federal poverty guideline when they're done with circles. That's one. The other is to increase their social capital. And we know, and I like to refer to it as the people power. If the people that they know have resources, then they share those resources with the program participants. So now their circle is growing and growing and growing, and then they have their opportunities grow with the growth of the resources. And so those are our 2 ultimate goals: is to increase their social capital or their people power, and to increase their income. So the ultimate goal is financial stability for the families, and ultimately getting them out of poverty. Even the titles that we use with the program, they are very strategic. Circle leaders, those are the program participants. And not often are people that are enrolled in a program such as this considered leaders, unfortunately, but they're still leaders. Just because your finances aren't great does not mean you're not a leader. And they lead the charge of these relationships because they know ultimately what they want for their lives and how to, maybe not always how to get there, but they have an idea. And so they lead the charge of these circle relationships. So the circle leaders is the title we give to our program participants. And then the allies. And that's another strategic turn versus mentors, because mentors give a different connotation. Mentors, you kind of assume that this person has a set of knowledge that I may not have, and so they are kind of in charge, almost a mentor. But the allies indicate something different, that I'm walking beside you, I'm your friend. And so we're building intentional friendships with families that are middle class families, socioeconomically and above, so that we can help our families in poverty get out of those situations. And sometimes just modeling and knowing, how to do it, it has been a real help.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker, Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
Welcome back, everyone, to This Week in Central Alabama, and we'll close it out this week with some sports talk. We are in the quarterfinals now of the state high school football playoffs, and what an exciting time. And you get into this week of playoffs, Randy, every single year you see some unbelievable matchups.
Well, anybody that makes it this far thinks they can win a state title, and luckily for us here in Central Alabama, we've got plenty of teams that will be competing and have an opportunity to bring home state championships to the Central Alabama region, and we'll start in Class 1A, Brett.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll look over and see, and we'll just run, since we're in the quarterfinals, we'll just run down every matchup. It won't take long. Linden at Sweetwater, Maplesville at Brantley. Obviously, Maplesville looking here in the central part of Alabama against another powerhouse in Brantley to come up with a big win there. But those two teams have been mainstays in 1A, and then also you've got Brilliant at Berry and Hubbartville at Pickens County. In 2A, you've got Isabella at Abbeville and Lynette at Leroy. And Lynette going for another state title here. They moved up in classification. They'll also be looking at an opponent possibly down the line in Mars Hill Bible from the Florence area, which is a little bit outside of Central Alabama, that we'll talk about maybe as a potential rematch. Those two teams played for a 1A title, could possibly be playing for a 2A title this year.
Clifford Story, the head coach over at Lannett's, done an amazing job. They're looking for their third state championship in 4 years. They've won one in 2A 3 years ago, and then came back last year and won one in 1A, moved back up to 2A this year. It's crazy how some of these lower classifications, Brett, have teams moving up and down, but the same teams end up playing one another in different classifications.
Well, something that Central Alabama ought to be proud of is the city of Montgomery right now. Class 3A is represented well by the city of Montgomery. You got Trinity Presbyterian at Montgomery Academy, and you got Montgomery Catholic at Thomasville. 3 of the 4 teams in the South in 3A right there from Metro Montgomery.
And all of them with a good chance of winning a state title, because they've all had moments in time this year. And great defensive output when you look at that Trinity against Montgomery Academy. Montgomery Academy comes into this football game 12-0.
Yeah, and all 3 teams know each other well, and they compete hard. That'll be fun to watch. In Class 4A, you got Handley. That's 10-1. They'll be taking on Bibb County. That's a team that we'll focus on here in Class 4A. That's in the central part of Alabama, and what a great coach. Handley, no stranger to being this deep in playoffs, and they've got a crazy good player in Dylan Brooks. It's a commitment to Tennessee that plays defense, can play tight end, can play about anywhere in high school football, but projected to be a defensive player at the next level. But Handley, that should be a really good game coming up against Bibb County.
Well, Handley's only loss is up in classification to Class 5A, 2-time defending state champ Central Clay, and Central Clay had to go for a 2-point conversion late in that football game instead of kicking the extra point to win that one 15-14. So this is a Handley team that can win it in 4A for sure.
No doubt. And talking about that Central Clay team, as we move over to 5A, the 2-time defending 5A state champs will take on St. Paul's in Mobile. We'll have to go down to Mobile and take on Steve Mast's team, and St. Paul's no stranger either to being deep in the playoffs and winning state titles. This will be a clash of the Titans. It may be the best matchup of all matchups throughout the state in 7A through 1A, and that's a mouthful because there's some good games, but you got that game, and that's one to watch.
And on the other side of the bracket, we've got 2 teams here from Central Alabama
that's
that's got a chance to move on and possibly play them in a state championship game, and that's Pleasant Grove, who will be on the road at Alexandria, as well as Ramsey, who's still 11-0, as they will be hosting Russellville 10-2 this week. So Ramsey, Pleasant Grove, either of those 2 teams could win a state title.
Moving into 6A, Opelika finds themselves back in the quarterfinals. They'll head south like they did last year and a couple of years ago, and most of the time at Spanish Fort. This time they'll be taking on a 10-2 Saraland team. But Eric Speakman over at Opelika has got the Bulldogs playing great football. They're right there where they want to be this time of year in the quarterfinals. That should be a really good game down in the Baldwin County area.
And all 4 of the teams in the northern half are in Central Alabama. You've got Oxford taking on Pinson Valley. Both of those teams have won state titles recently, and Clay Chalkville, 11-1, will be taking on an 11-1 Mountain Brook team. Mountain Brook will be hosting in that one. So we're going to get a team from the northern half of the 6A that's going to be playing for a state title for sure.
No doubt.
Here in Central Alabama.
And in 7A, all 4 teams from Central Alabama. Central Phoenix City will be taking on Auburn. That should be a really good matchup there. Phoenix City playing their best ball right now. Auburn plays a different brand than all 3 of these teams. They play shutdown defense. It's hard to score on them. That's 2 contrasting styles there. That'll be a fun one to watch. And then the Hoover Bucks will be taking on Thompson in another rematch. Thompson really has shown that they have separated themselves from everybody else, but if anybody can take them out, it's the Hoover Bucks.
Third-ranked team nationally. Can Thompson move on and win a national championship here in high school football? We talked about it. Only Viger in '88 and one of the polls won a national title from the state of Alabama. Thompson's got that in the horizon.
Oh, yeah.
If they can keep winning the way that they are.
Well, I don't think IMG's number 1 in the country. They should have a separate bracket for them. I mean, it's just a whole different animal. But that's going to wrap it up for this week in Central Alabama. Again, we want to thank everybody that watches and tunes us in. Follow us on our social media platform, Central Alabama Voice. Catch up on the latest and up-to-date things going on in all the communities located throughout Central Alabama. For Randy Lee, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we've enjoyed it. We hope you did. See you next week.